Focus. All right, click the links for Odysee, Bit Chute, support the channel, join channel, become a value member, support on Coffee, crypto, the other means, or join the Discord. It's a bit spicy, but it's a good way to keep in touch and spread links and stuff. If you're on YouTube, get on Odysee. It is the place where all the live streams are happening. YouTube has become a ghost town lately because all the channels that have been kicked off YouTube over the past 5 years have migrated to Odysee, which has live streaming and is monetized. So there are streams every day on Odysee, and you scroll through YouTube and you're like, there's literally no live streams at night anymore on YouTube because they've all been kicked off and they're all on Odysee. And is Odysee going to stay free speech for long? No, absolutely not. When Odysee is probably, they're looking at their books like, oh, hey, we pulled in 1.2 million last year. That's great. You're like, yeah, okay, great. You got advertising, you're monetized. That's cool. And you got payment processors. But what happens in a few years when some new advertiser comes along and goes, yeah, here's a $12 million deal, but we want you to ixnay certain words in the chat. And it's like, oh, okay, fine. And so now you're up to $12 million. And then you go, okay, when the money starts rolling into $250,000, and like conceivably, if it's a YouTube alternative, you're talking billions of dollars. So you got advertisers who are coming in then for, huge amounts of money. And they're like, yeah, there's a couple of these channels that, could you maybe shadow ban them? It's like, yeah, of course. Odysee, if you're talking about, they're probably at $1 million right now, but conceivably they could hit $1 billion. They're going to look at some channels and be like, okay, these channels, these 3 channels we can get rid of, and we can ban some words in the chat, and we can have the terms of service and all this kind of stuff, because they're looking at billions of dollars. But the thing is, that's a few years away. Get on Odysee now. It's not like the old days used to be like, oh, build a platform on YouTube. No, it's build a name that goes from platform to platform as the terms of services change and evolve. There's nothing on YouTube. There's like 2 live streams on YouTube that are mildly interesting, but they have to hold themselves back so hard. It's like, well, what's the point? What's the point when you can just go to Odysee? You can see. I can't even name the channels on Odysee because they all got kicked off YouTube for incitement to hatred. Oh, you mean real talk? Like, yeah, well, that's incitement to hatred. Okay. Anyway, so Hasan, as short video, Hasan and the future of normie platforms. First of all, as left-wing as Twitter is, there were a lot of people who were speaking out against his anti-white slurs and hatred because, as they point out, if you claim to be against hatred, then it applies to everyone. Now, there's this is kind of a mask-off situation for people on Twitter who literally just want to spread hatred based on your national origin, based on the color of your skin. Yeah, that's where they are now. That's the hill they want to die on. They're bending over backwards because they literally are trying to justify a slur based on the color of someone's skin. There's no way to do that and be logically consistent. And it's all deck chairs on the Titanic anyway. America has insurmountable differences, irreconcilable differences. You can't fix a system when the globalist media academia wants it to stay broken. You can't wake up someone who's pretending to stay asleep. This is not organic. It's not grassroots. It's astroturf. Oh, and apropos of nothing, Soros funds catch and release district attorneys. It's one of the facets of why America is headed towards civil war. Part 2. Literally, he spends like $600,000 to $800,000 to put people in office, and then you have scenarios where you have it was mutual combat, where even Lightfoot, Beetlejuice, is looking at that like, whoa, this is insane. We can't have this. Isn't the Wild West. We can't have open gunfights on the street and have you say, oh, this is mutual combat. That's insane. That's clown world. Hey, that's what you continue to vote for clown world. Don't complain when you get what you fucking deserve. If you're on a platform that allows anti-white hatred, talk about it, focus on it, shine. This is never going to get monetized. There goes that 75 cents. Shine a light on it. Then look at the people who defend hatred based on someone's ethnicity. Look at these people, study them. They are the problem. Most of us just say, why don't you have it part of your terms of service where you just don't slur all members of a group based on their national origin? That seems like a reasonable accommodation to stop this hatred. That is our side, because we are the good guys. We are moving beyond denigrating an entire group of people simply based on their national origin. They're the bad guys who are willing to defend why you should degrade and dehumanize a group of people based on where they're from in the world. Their actions are indefensible, and they are defending them anyway. They are so racist that they tried to change the definition of the word, which they've been doing a lot lately. Guess what that does? It ends the trust in source material. You have a definition for 100 years, then a single Marxist professor redefines the word. The low IQ Twitter crowd propagates this 1984 doublespeak. Now we have people speaking a different language. Are you using the original definition of the word or the Marxist newspeak goodthink definition of the word? Of course, this doesn't end well. They are dehumanizing people based on immutable characteristics. That's not the good guys. They're not wearing white hats. They are defending it and tying themselves in knots because they're anti-white. They just want a reason to hate. Though they do hate you, they just want a reason to spread that hate. Yes, Virginia, the globalists are the real racists the whole time. There is no coming to the table with people who are willing to slur the entire group of people based on where in the world they came from. They're making it impossible to move forward. They openly use slurs, but they don't want to hear slurs in return, which is kind of a drawing fire game theory thing. It's like they're using these slurs so they get slurs in return, but then only one side controls the media and social media. So it's like they're able to amplify some and shadow ban others. They want to focus on one group of people while ignoring their own bad acts, which is great because, like I said, Titanic, accelerate it. That's why I say shine a light on it. These people are monsters. There's no meeting in the middle with them. You have to play by the rules of the game. Form your own identity groups. Get the strongest in-group preference. Be as strong in-group as they are an in-group. Create your own tribal spaces and gatekeep these people out. Don't share spaces with people who hate you. Get on Gab, Odysee, Telegram, Discord. After a while, you just can't stay on stuff like if Twitch allows anti-white hatred and you still stay on it, it's like, why would you do that? And YouTube's going the same way, but YouTube is so freaking bad now, and there are alternatives that are blowing up. That Ralph guy is on Odysee. He's doing 2 streams a day. So there's a huge middle part of the political bell curve that needs to see this anti-white hatred. I know there are normie liberals on Twitter who are seeing people tying themselves in knots, defending slurs based on ethnicity, and watching them try to do this logic it should be opening a lot of eyes for people. So I know these normies are seeing all this, and the almonds start to activate, and slowly they start to get nervous. Gee, I wonder if these people who hate me based on my national origin are really on my side. I mean, they say they hate me and they want me gone, but I guess we're all on the same political side. Yeah, I'm sure this will be fine. Insert the meme of the dog in the house. Dear San Francisco normie liberals, you've been lied to by Marxists. It's all been a lie. Come to the right. I don't know if the trains will run on time, but you're not going to get mugged on the trains, which at least is something. Anyway, support channel while you can. Definitely get on Odysee, Bit Chute, Discord, Gab, and I'll see you guys all next episode.